Hello there. It's time for another sipping and talking video here on Whiskey for Beginners. A proudly amateur production. I'll be honest, if I had a better camera and better editing and all that, it wouldn't hurt my feelings any. There are things I just wouldn't do because I don't care for them, like a jump cut every 2 or 3 seconds. In fact, let me kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about. All I can do is pause, start, pause, start. But let me show you what I'm talking about. You know, there are people who every 5 seconds or so, I guess they have a glitch, and so they have to cut it out. They make a mistake or something. And so you see, even if it's not much, even if they're sitting in the same place, there's this little jump, and they call it a jump cut because it jumps. Now what you just saw was me pausing, unpausing, pausing, unpausing, and that is a little bit like what I'm talking about. You can get the idea. I don't like that. I would rather have the actual mistake there than jump, 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 jump. It's unsettling to me. But then I have a longer attention span than 2 seconds, so what do I know? Why don't I pour some whiskey instead of yapping? Well, this is sipping and talking, but I gotta have something to sip on, right? This is good whiskey. It is, how exactly do they call it? Bluff Splings. It's Bruff Splings. Oh, they, as Alf used to say, I kill me. Y'all probably don't think my slips are as funny as I find them. But sometimes I just gotta laugh at myself, because if I don't, I guarantee you everybody else is going to anyways. Bluff Springs. Now I forgot what else it is. Bluff Springs Select Barrel Reserve. In the Spencer books by Robert E. Parker, not the continuation, I've not read any of those. Parker was so good, I'm just leery of the successors. In those books, more than once somebody tells Spencer that he's not as funny as he thinks he is. And I don't pretend to be a comedic genius, but something about that Bruff Splings has just got me cracking up. I don't know why. The fact that I've already had some Wild Turkey 101 rye and some Green River Foolproof surely is not a factor. Oh, I love that nutty note on the nose. It's not nutty exactly, it's peanut shells. Not peanuts, but peanut shells. And that's why I believe this comes from the Heaven Hill Distillery, although it doesn't say so on the bottle. Doesn't say anything about where it's from. It is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, so they had to make it in Kentucky from start to finish. Bottled by Bluff Springs Spirits Incorporated, Bardstown, Kentucky. Well, that's bottled by. And Bardstown is the bourbon capital of the world. And there's more than one distillery there. And I used to be able to keep distilleries straight. I knew where Maker's Mark was. That's in Loretta, Kentucky. I know there's one in Versailles, and maybe it is Heaven Hill. But anyway, sipping and talking. Before I sip, I nose. I can't talk straight tonight, y'all. And I know y'all are used to me not being able to talk straight, but tonight it seems to be worse than ever. As I record, I have 75 subscribers to this channel. It wasn't but a few months ago I had 57. So I have gained almost 25 subscribers just since, say, the beginning of summer. And that is a bewilderment to me. Now, I'm not complaining. If you like the channel, go ahead, subscribe to it, please. Like the video, share the video. They talk about the algorithm. I'm a mathematician like I'm a woman. Nope, not a woman. Maybe in today's climate, where if you say you're a cow, everybody has to say you really are a cow, which is a thought. If anybody identifies as a cow, can we turn him into hamburger? Please? I ain't going to get into that nonsense except to say that I identify as equals I am is about as scientific as anything a witch doctor does. And I don't even remember how I got off onto that. That's nice and sweet and fruity, like regular Bluff Springs, but a little spicier and a little bit more proof, not much. This is 47.5. Well, 40 times 2 is 80. 7 times 2 is 14, so that's 94, 95 proof, if I'm doing the math right in my head, whereas the regular is 90 proof. So it's a tad bit proofier. It is, if I understand the label correctly. It doesn't say so explicitly, but I believe it's a single barrel. And it does have the standard Bluff Springs profile plus a little more spice. And I like it. But 75 subscribers. I'm glad to have that many, but I had give up ever getting to 60. And here I am 15 above that. Every single one of y'all 75 subscribers, thank you. I stole this line from K.C. Allen of Beautiful Bourbon, and I will continue to use it because it is so true and so appropriate. You could be doing anything besides watching this video. You could be watching somebody good like Beautiful Bourbon, like Stuff and Whiskey, like SLB Drinks. There are a couple of channels that I'm still making up my mind about, Whiskey Noobs and Everything in the Barrel. And they seem to be pretty good, but hit or miss on whether I'm interested in the topic. You could be watching a TV show, you could be out playing with your kids, you could be talking to your wife or your husband. These women drink whiskey sure as I'm a-setting here. There seem to be more men than women, and men and women are different. It's a scientific, observable, provable fact. You know, denying that is like denying I have a mustache. You can deny it, but you're just wrong. But you could be doing anything else, and yet you're watching this video. And maybe to a lot of people it wouldn't be. To me, that's a humbling experience. I have a lot to be humble about, believe me. And the fact that y'all, 75 of you, has subscribed to my channel and are watching my videos, I'm real humble right now. Because if there's anything I don't deserve, it's that kind of attention. It's enough that my wife loves me. I don't understand why, but she's loved me for 46 years, and if I was her, I'd have probably done left. Because I'm far from a perfect husband or a perfect person or a perfect man. But anyway, I'm getting maudlin. I don't intend to do that. But I really am thankful, and I get emotional when I think about the fact that you have subscribed to this little channel. So what else is there to talk about? Well, thankfulness. Now, when I'll upload this, I don't know. It may be into 2026 before I upload it, because I just kind of do this and plonk my finger down and upload these sipping and talking videos. I've quit putting the name of the whiskey in them, by the way, because it recycles pretty often. I'll just put the date of recording on it so that you can see just how far out it is. I like to get things in the can and then have a selection to randomly choose from. So when you will see this, I don't know. But I am recording it on Monday. Well, actually, it's into Tuesday, so it is the standby one. Calendar's right over here. And this chair I have some wood glue, and I keep meaning to use it on this chair, and I keep forgetting the chair needs a southern climate. Anyway, I'm recording this at, right now it's 02:05, 2:05 in the morning of Tuesday the 25th of November. Thursday, so today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 days, will be Thanksgiving. And I don't know about anybody else. I take Thanksgiving seriously, not as Turkey Day. Nothing wrong with eating turkey and cranberry sauce and all this. Nothing wrong with the family getting together. Nothing wrong with watching football. But to me, that's not the point. To those who started the holiday, that wasn't the point. It goes back to I think it's 1619, but I can't remember for sure, in Virginia, when the settlers there, having survived their first year, were thankful to God that they had survived, that they had food to eat, that they had houses to live in, that they had children to raise, that they had families to love, that they had a Bible to study and a God to worship. And whatever your views of Christianity are, you may think it's a crock, I don't know, but you have to respect the fact that they were Christians. They believed in God and they were thankful to Him, and that's why we have Thanksgiving. Well, I'm a Christian. I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful that I can enjoy whiskey. I'm thankful that I can enjoy my dinner. I'm thankful I have a good job, a job I enjoy, a job that I'm good at. I'm probably better at this job than I was at any other job I've ever had, which is not necessarily saying something. I'm thankful that I have 75 subscribers. I'm thankful for my wife, who does love me. There is no other possible reason why she has stuck with me for 46 years. I wouldn't have. I know myself too well to think that I am that good looking or that wonderful. The fact that my wife loves me is the second greatest amazement I've ever experienced. the greatest is that God loves me. That is amazing. I'm thankful for so much. And this time of year, I think of that. Now, I'm thankful every day of the year. You know, every time I open a Coke, I'm thankful that I can enjoy it. And I'm thankful that I'm not a Pepsi fan. I mean, sheesh, who would drink Pepsi but a barbarian? I'm sorry, I'm a Coke partisan. I like Coke. Y'all can have y'all Pepsi. Y'all can have y'all Dr. Pepper. And it's strange to me. I'm a Texan. Adopted, yes, but I'm a Texan. Dr. Pepper comes originally from Waco, Texas. Coke comes originally from outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And yet I like Coke better than I like Dr. Pepper. Now, if you put a little Dr. Pepper in the bottom of the cup and then fill up all the rest of the way with Mountain Dew, that tastes right good. So I am thankful, and however long after Thanksgiving you see this, and it will be after, even if it's the next video I upload, for the simple reason that I won't upload it till Sunday, and Thanksgiving is Thursday. But however long after Thanksgiving you see this, what I'm saying is still true. I am thankful for these things. And as I already said, in the context of a whiskey channel, I'm thankful that I can enjoy whiskey. I don't have the most sophisticated palate in the world. I don't have the broadest or deepest knowledge of whiskey, but I enjoy it. And back in, well, by this time in 2021, I had found that I did enjoy whiskey, because I started my first drink of whiskey was on September 21st, 2021. But, you know, say 5 years ago, I never thought I would ever be drinking whiskey. I thought it tasted like paint thinner. And it doesn't. I don't have, as I've already said this, I don't have the most sophisticated palate. I'm not an expert. But I've come to enjoy it. Not the effect. If I could drink it without the effect, without any effect at all, that would suit me just fine. I have made it my aim to, it's not just that I don't want to be drunk ever again, but I want never to be drunk ever again. This is not the most complex whiskey on earth, not the greatest whiskey on earth, but it's good whiskey. And by the way, this is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. To paraphrase Richard Patterson, or at least used to be the master blender at White and Mackay in Glasgow, Scotland, if I hear you talking about bourbon and whiskey, I'll have to kill you. That's like asking, you know, what's the difference between The Sun Also Rises and a book? Well, The Sun Also Rises is a book. It's like asking, what's the difference between a shirt and clothing? A shirt is clothing. Like asking, what's the difference between a Glencairn and a glass? A Glencairn is a glass. And the correct answer to the question, what's the difference between bourbon and whiskey, is bourbon is whiskey. Not all whiskey is bourbon, but not all whiskey is Scotch. Not all whiskey is Irish. Not all whiskey is rye. Not all whiskey is this, that, and the other. Bourbon is whiskey. And I am thankful for anyone who hears me say that, and I've said it more than once over the course of this channel. I'm thankful for everyone who hears me say it and says, yeah, that's right. I'll quit talking about bourbon and whiskey. I don't want y'all to do what I say just because I say it. But at the same time, if I'm telling the truth, you ought to believe it and govern yourselves accordingly. Okay, I have repeated myself somewhat, but then I work for the Department of Redundancy Department. I have extolled the whiskey to, I think, a fair extent, an appropriate extent. I've talked about some of the things I'm thankful for, including y'all. And now, what toast do I want to? There's a Scottish toast. And it's somewhat morbid, but it also is somewhat complimentary. I'll give it to you in Scots and then translate it to English. And it really needs more than one person, so I'll play two parts. Here's to us, wha's like us. Gay few, and there are dead. Here's to us. Who's like us? Mighty few, and they're all dead. Here's to us.